The Cleveland Browns had a conundrum on their hands, a problem most teams would envy. Coming into training camp, the buzz in Cleveland was all about Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback. Hype surrounded his every move, his every throw, and why not? His father, the legendary Deion Sanders, had arrived in town touting his son's abilities, setting the stage for an exciting chapter in Cleveland's football narrative. Expectations were high. Many envisioned a seamless transition. They saw a young, dynamic quarterback ready to lead them to the promised land. But things didn't unfold as predicted. Now, let's be clear, Shedeur showed flashes, moments of brilliance that left onlookers awestruck. But those moments were interspersed with struggles, signs that he was still adjusting to the harsh realities of the NFL. Preseason games came and went, each one a microcosm of these struggles. The Carolina Panthers game ended in a frustrating loss, a nail-biter decided by a last-minute field goal. The next week, against the Chiefs, the Browns found themselves in a 27-3 hole, a deficit too steep to climb out of. Even in the final exhibition game against the Atlanta Falcons, despite a late surge, the Browns couldn't secure the win, losing 19-14. It wasn't that Shedeur was playing poorly, it was that the opposition, even the backups, seemed to be a step ahead. Defenses that read his eyes, anticipated his throws, and disrupted his rhythm with alarming precision. Each game raised questions, not accusatory, but inquisitive. Was he ready? Could he lead this team to victory in the cutthroat world of the NFL? And then there was the elephant in the room, the shadow looming large over Skeeter's journey, the ghost of Watson's past. Deshaun Watson, the highly talented quarterback whose name echoed with controversy. After serving his suspension, he had returned, albeit briefly, only to re-aggravate an old knee injury. Now he's sidelined again, leaving the starting spot wide open. The Browns needed a quarterback, not just any quarterback, but one who could lead, who could inspire confidence, who could win. The answer, surprisingly, came from an unlikely source. Joe Flacco, the veteran signal caller with a Super Bowl MVP on his resume, was signed in the blink of an eye. He went from a free agent on the fringes to the starting quarterback. How did this come to be? Football is a sport of adjustments, of strategies and counter-strategies. When one player excels, another is drafted to counter that. When a team wins the Super Bowl, others study their tactics, trying to replicate their success. So it was for the Browns. As they watched Shedeur struggle, they made the call. Joe Flacco, with his calm demeanor and battle-tested resilience, was the piece they needed. His journey is nothing short of legendary. From being the 18th overall pick in the 2008 draft to leading the Baltimore Ravens to Super Bowl glory in 2013, Joe Flacco has seen it all. There were highs like throwing for over 4,000 yards and 21 touchdowns in a single season, and lows like missing crucial games due to injuries. But through it all, he remained consistent, a reliable presence on the field. Signing Flacco wasn't just about filling a void. It was about injecting a dose of certainty into a situation fraught with uncertainties. The team needed stability and experience, and Flacco embodies both. The news sent ripples throughout the organization and the league. Fans, analysts, and players were all caught off guard. Some questioned the decision. Others saw it as a masterstroke. But amidst the cacophony of opinions, there was one voice that stood out. Clear, concise, and confident. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, in a league where emotions run high and decisions are dissected, Stefanski's words carried the weight of authority and clarity. He spoke not just as a coach, but as a leader who had carefully evaluated every option and chosen the best path forward. "We have a lot of confidence in Joe," Stefanski said. "He has done this before. We're going to ride Joe." Ride Joe, a simple phrase that encapsulated the trust, respect, and admiration the coach had for his quarterback. It was a declaration, a rallying cry for the team, a message to the league. The Browns weren't just going somewhere. They were embarking on a journey with Joe Flacco at the wheel. The reaction from the locker room was nothing short of enthusiastic support. Offensive players who had been working tirelessly with Shedeur rallied around Flacco. They understood the need for a steady hand at the helm. One player in particular, wide receiver Amari Cooper, had this to say: "I think Joe brings a great presence to the team. He's a calm guy, brings a lot of confidence, has a lot of experience. I think we'll feed off his energy." The sentiment echoed through the team. Even the defense, known for its ferocious play and intimidating presence, rallied behind the quarterback. Myles Garrett, the star defensive end, had this to say: "I love Joe. He's a vet, he's been around. He knows what he's doing. He comes in, takes command, gets in a rhythm, and everything goes well." So what does this mean for Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback with a future as bright as his father's? It might seem like a setback, but it's not the end of his story. In fact, it's just the beginning. The decision to start Flacco doesn't diminish Shedeur's potential. It recognizes his readiness. It's a chance to watch, to learn, to grow. For a young quarterback, there's no better education than this. Head coach Kevin Stefanski elaborated. Shedeur continues to work very hard. He had a good camp. This is a great opportunity for him to continue to grow and develop. We're excited about his future. The future indeed looks bright for Shannon. The Browns see his talent, his passion, his drive. They've invested in him, not just with a high draft pick, but with their time, their faith, and their mentorship. In the coming weeks, months, and seasons, we'll see Shannon evolve, refine his skills, perfect his craft. He'll watch, he'll learn, he'll absorb the nuances of the game. He'll see how Flacco reads defenses, how he communicates with his teammates, how he adjusts to in-game situations. It's an invaluable experience that will shape his career. The decision to start Flacco isn't just about the present, it's about the future of the franchise. It's about ensuring that when Shannon steps onto the field as the starter, he'll be more than ready. He'll be prepared, composed, and confident. The Browns aren't just building a team, they're building a legacy. They want sustained success, not just a one-off victory. They aim to be contenders year after year. In Joe Flacco, they have a quarterback who can lead them through the regular season. In Shannon Sanders, they have a franchise quarterback waiting in the wings. For now, the spotlight shines brightly on Joe Flacco. He's the starter, the leader, the calm amidst the storm. But as the season progresses, the focus will inevitably shift. The torch will be passed, the baton will be handed over. And when that happens, the spotlight will shine even brighter on Shannon Sanders, the young quarterback with the big dreams and an even bigger legacy to uphold. But for now, it's Flacco's time to lead, to guide, and to ensure that when Shannon takes over, the Browns are in position to win. In Cleveland, the winds of change are blowing. A new era is dawning, but it's not a sudden burst. It's a calculated move, a strategic choice. The Browns are writing a new chapter in their history, and they're doing it with patience, foresight, and a whole lot of heart. For Browns fans, the wait continues. For now, they stand united behind their team's decision, knowing that whether it's Flacco or Sanders under center, their team is in good hands. The question isn't just who will lead the Browns to victory, it's who will lead them to greatness. The answer, it seems, lies in the journey, in the growth, and in the unyielding spirit of a team that refuses to settle for anything less than excellence.